I'm going to get you out of here on this. And I don't mean this to be depressing. It's a little bit more of mind blowing. But when you kind of look back, we were doing White Sox pods with your co-host Pat Hester.
Yeah.
Talk with Nick Murawski, host of Good Guys Talk Back. Find it wherever you get your podcast. They record on Sunday nights too, as well, on Twitter, also YouTube. Check them out, please. I just remember it was such a fertile time to be a White Sox fan, and the possibilities felt almost endless. So when you look back now, what kind of gets you like sitting back in the rocking chair, kind of blowing your mind the most? Is it the fact that Moncada and Eloy just never turned around health-wise, could never stay on the field? Was it, the fact that Jose Abreu, a stalwart in our lineup, but now is hitting 115 for the Houston Astros? I guess that is a bullet dodge. But you look back now, 2.5 years ago, the guy was an AL MVP. 3 years ago, AL MVP during the shortened pandemic season. Or is it honestly, the guy that we wanted to wrap our arms around the most in this city, Tim Anderson, who's still popping, I think, a sub 600 OPS right now in Miami? What kind of just makes you look back at that time and go, man, what the hell happened?
Yeah, there's so much. You hit on so many great things. It all kind of just homogenizes. But the fact that we failed to win a series, a playoff series, look, it was even disappointing to not get to an ALCS or even World Series with the talent that we had and what could be and some money at our disposal. But to not even win a series with all of those guys that we had in place is really mind-blowing. How disappointing and how much of a failure it really was. we're going to come up in just a month on, I think, what is it, the 3-year anniversary of the Field of Dreams games, speaking
Crazy.
of Tim Anderson.
Yeah.
And when Sox fans, we were in a lather, man. Like, that gives me goosebumps, where we were at that point and how exciting things were. And just to just never be able to put the finishing touches and really go all in and embrace the prospects, develop that, have that at your disposal as weapons, but go in and get finishing pieces, whether it's anchors in the rotation or that stud bat that's out there. The failure to do that, even though we know it's not a sure thing, but to just try that because we had that window, that really hurts. It stings. I often talk with Pat of why do we celebrate 05 over and over again? Because it happened. It wasn't a promise. It wasn't a maybe. It wasn't a look, wait and see. It wasn't potential. It really occurred. And as Sox fans, we have few and far between, banners, pennants, whatever you want to say, to celebrate in our history. So you got to just lean on that and be like, embrace the things that actually happened, because it's all just hypotheticals.
Yeah. Is it an instructive parallel for a little bit of what maybe the Chicago Bears are going to be walking into in the next couple of months when Caleb Williams begins his career? Now, look, I'm not expecting the world from a rookie quarterback right off the bat, but already I think as a Bears fan, I'm already getting into, well, just get ready for 2025, 2026, 2027. In professional sports, every season is sacred. And when you have an opportunity, you have to go out there and seize it. And sometimes that means pushing all your chips in financially. But it's a cautionary tale whenever you think that a window is wide open. I've never seen a team like that White Sox core get the window slammed shut as quickly as it did.
Yeah. You look at COVID that year, and that was a successful year for the Sox, a 60-game season, and they had some excitement to them. But you look at that, how that affected the world, sports, everything, and when you have a moment of there might not be a tomorrow, like it's the Groundhog Day line, like there might not be a tomorrow, there wasn't one today. Seize it now. In the NFL, I feel like you can flip the switch a lot quicker than in Major League Baseball, like with how you draft and, all that other kind of stuff. Like you could turn on a dime. with the Sox going the way they're going, and this is a Bears town. It will always be a Bears town. Training camp starts late July, hard knocks. I mean, this city is going to explode for the Bears. The Sox are going to be so far in the corner. You're going to have to really try to seek them out if you still want to seek them out. So,
have a milkshake, please. Would you like a milkshake? Come inside.
They're going to start putting orange and blue syrup on the milkshake in September.
They're going to make a Bears-centric milkshake.
It's going to be called a bear crawl shake. That's what they're going to do, just to kind of get on the wagon, get the hype going, because it is Bears mania. It will be. And I get it. And it's exciting. And I'm looking forward to seeing that guy play and everything around this team.
Yeah, and you made me think of something. If there are these daily affirmation, daily stickers that Pedro Gafal rips off when he's in the bathroom every morning, there might not be a tomorrow. Might be one of those ones coming in his near future.
Yeah.
Real fast. Are you going to go to a game this year, though? Are you going to try and go to a game at some point, or are you taking the year off? Out of solidarity of not being a season ticket holder? What's your plan?
No, I've been to a couple games this year, okay, cool. and I was at opening day, and I went to a game. Do we have time for just a little quick story? I don't want to go too long, but
no, please.
So you want to talk about joy, finding some joy, and I could give you this. I went to a game with my 2-year-old son and my wife and my parents, maybe a month ago, 3 weeks ago. And that's where you're going to find the joy, because he doesn't know what's going on with this team, and he doesn't know, what's happening with the organization and how bad they are and how disgusted we adult, lifetime, grizzled Sox fans are. He just wanted.
Do you know what the white flag trade is? Have you ever heard of the white flag trade, son?
How could you be celebrating that home run? Do you know what they did in '97? So Vaughn hits a home run, fireworks. He's got his arms up in the air. We go to meet Southpaw up in the kids zone, and he's having the time of his life. We got a campfire milkshake and shared it amongst the group, and he was in heaven. An usher got a baseball from the dugout, brought him one over. Like, just to see that and have that, I got to forget about all like the stuff for a little bit that I get in just embattled with, as a longtime Sox fan. I could see it just through him of we're having fun here. This is something different. And to get back to that world and just have that kind of joy, I think that's where you have to find it this year. Find the people in your life that you have those memories. Go to games, family, friends, coworkers. Go tailgate on a Saturday night. Like, the team's going to be awful, but just enjoy what this team maybe has meant to you throughout your life.
Wise words, my friend. I just moved back to the area, and honestly, I'm excited to go to a game just because I love the game day experience there. I find it to be something that's very near and dear to my heart, from the right field bar where you can watch the pitcher warm up, go check out the Frank Thomas statue in the outfield. The food's great there. Pretty great views no matter what seat you get in the house. It's a really, and you mentioned the fireworks, it's a really great time. It's just a tough time to be a White Sox fan right now, man. And I believe that there are still, I don't think anyone's jumping ship from being a White Sox fan. I just think that they're jumping ship on the process and this plan right now. And honestly, just putting their foot down as a very knowledgeable fan base that says, we're just not going to really take this anymore. And I'm not sure what the answer is. Yeah.
I've heard from so many that have told me, I have no interest in going to a game. I stopped my season ticket plan. Like, I am just disgusted. I just want answers. I just want to see a better product. I want to see a direction. I want to see them invest, for me to come back. It's tiresome to just blindly hand money over just because this is ritual, or because this is what always done it, or this is because my team. Enough is enough. I'll still be following, I'll still be watching, but in terms of, financial, show me why. Show me why I should continue to do this, because you didn't last offseason.
Yeah, and it plays right into the hands of Jerry's sometimes business model belief that mediocrity can be just as fruitful and profitable for the super rich. But look, I mean, a White Sox fan, I've wrapped my head around so many 74 win seasons. You really have no idea. So the fact that they just punted in the offseason, again, I'm going to wrap it up by just saying I'm not embarrassed. I'm just insulted. We got to get out of here. Nick Murawski, man, thank you so much for joining Sports Talk Chicago. You're the man. The show is Good Guys Talk Back. These guys got their finger on the pulse of White Sox baseball. If you're saying to yourself, hey, I'm taking the year off from the White Sox, I'm not going to a game, but I still love my team, you know what you can do? You can listen to Good Guys Talk Back and get the detail and knowledge on the day-to-day that you need. If you want to find out if Noah Schultz is on the way up, if you want to see Brian Ramos and understand, is he a guy that we can build on in the future? You got to check out their show, whether it is on Twitter or whether it is on YouTube. Follow Nick at Nick_GGTB. My friend Nick, thank you so much for joining Sports Talk Chicago, man. Great to see you. Hope to have you back on soon. Maybe we'll get you co-host next time too as well.
You got it, Joey. Thank you so much, and good to have you back in town, buddy.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks for joining. Wrapping up here on Sports Talk Chicago, Joey Christopoulos filling in for John Zaghloul. Follow me at Joey Sports Guy. I want to thank my guest today, Nick Murawski. Follow him at Nick_GGTB for the Good Guys Talk Back podcast. I want to thank our producer, John Meadows, behind the controls, doing a fantastic job as always. I want to thank our wonderful affiliates broadcasting our show across the great state of Illinois, like 98.3 The Life, WKAN, W55 The Ticket, ACTV, JED-TV, WJOB, Cities 92.9 Talk FM, and 101.1 Peoria Sports Radio. Love the conversation. Hopefully I didn't get too angry, but I'm pissed about the White Sox right now. And we landed on something that was really interesting that I'm going to try and capture in a bottle for the rest of this summer, about how all the enthusiasm and hope and optimism that we have with the Chicago Bears right now, I'm just trying to cherish every single moment of it, because as we know with the White Sox, those moments can be fleeting and they can go away pretty fast. And I would just say with the Chicago Bears, if you are competitive this year, you got to go for it. You can't think about 5 to 10 years down the road. You got to treat every single season as sacred. Before we get out of here, though, I want to do a quick shout out to our friends in Peoria right now. They're hosting a great event that I want to talk about. Forgive me, I want to read it just to make sure that I get every single thing right. But there are 2 international football match friendlies this weekend between Peoria City, currently ranked number 2 in USL League 2 as we speak, and Chiva de Guadalajara, U23, June 9th and June 12th, coming up this weekend. So make sure you mark that on your calendar. There's community events going on all that weekend that you can check out on the schedule. If you go to the Peoria community, they're so thrilled to have this event. They're going to have some great stuff. It's all going to be family friendly. There's going to be multiple local stores that have merch items to sell ahead of the matches. 4 food vendors on site to get some great get some great bites, get some great eats. There's some great Mexican ice cream with the ability to make boozy milkshakes. What else do I really need to say? And also Phoenix Food Truck, one of their favorite fan food vendors, is also going to be there. DJ on site if you want to get your dance on, watch some great sports, eat some great food, have some drinks in the sunshine with some DJ and some music. And if you can't be there, make sure you check out the game. It will be broadcast on NBC Sports Chicago on June 9th. And then on June 12th, if you want to check out the second friendly, that Sunday, the game will be on Peoria City YouTube channel. Make sure that you check it out. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Again, my name is Joey Christopoulos. Thank you so much for hanging in here with me. Please like, comment, subscribe below. I want to get you guys' reactions to how you feel about being a White Sox fan right now, and where does this organization move on from this point right now. They're still tied right now with the Cubs. I don't know that they were looking at a 13-game win streak, or maybe they snap it by the time you listen to this. But things aren't going great for the White Sox right now, and I don't think they're going to be turning it around anytime soon. Make sure you follow Chicago Sports Talk Chicago wherever you get your socials. Most easy to find is Sports Talk Chi, CHI, or go to our YouTube. Follow us on Sports Talk Chicago. You can also listen to this in podcast audio only form wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, etc., etc. Again, my name is Joey Christopoulos. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Be well, be safe. Please be good to each other. We will be back next week. Until then, have yourself a great weekend. I'll see you soon.